You know that friend who went to Paris and came back with the exact same photos as everyone else? Yet what if I told you there's a completely different Paris that most tourists have literally no idea exists? Hi, I'm Amit. Today we're going to look at the 5 hidden gems in Paris that tourists always miss. Look, I get it. You're going to see the big stuff. But after a taxi driver literally laughed about the crowds at tourist spots, I went and discovered the city they've been gatekeeping. And honestly, it is so much better. So grab a coffee or wine, no judgment, because I'm about to show you 5 unique places in Paris that 99% of tourists will never find. This is all current for 2025, so you're about to get the freshest Paris travel tips 2025 has to offer. Starting strong with one of the most unique things to do in Paris. There's an abandoned railway circling the city that's basically the coolest secret walkway. La Petite Ceinture used to carry passengers around Paris over 100 years ago. But here's where it gets good. Instead of tearing it down, Paris just left it. Picture this. You're walking on old train tracks, incredible graffiti art everywhere, wildflowers growing between the rails, and you're in this weird magical bubble below the city. They've officially opened some sections, so you are totally legal here. The 15th arrondissement bit is super green, perfect for that mysterious explorer photo. The 12th has these insane tunnels straight out of a movie. This is non-touristy Paris at its finest. You'll see locals just sitting on the old platforms, reading, talking. On a sunny afternoon, grab some wine, find a spot on the tracks, and you're living like a true Parisian. This one is hilarious. Millions visit Galeries Lafayette for shopping, snap the dome ceiling, and leave. Meanwhile, there's a free rooftop terrace with arguably the best view in Paris, and they have no clue. Take the escalators all the way up, past the restaurant where everyone stops, and boom, you're on this insane rooftop with 360-degree views. There's the Eiffel Tower, Sacré-Cœur, the opera right there. There's even this crazy glass walkway that makes you feel like you're floating. But wait, everyone fights for sunset at Trocadero. Nobody's up here, maybe a few dozen people max, versus hundreds or thousands at tourist spots. Around 7 p.m. in the summer, the light hits the zinc rooftops and boom, the whole city turns to gold. Talk about unique places in Paris that actually deliver. Oh, and there's a hidden cocktail bar called Le Perchoir. The entrance looks like a service door, but inside, it's where fashionistas and creative types hang out. Order the signature cocktail and enjoy watching the tourists below fighting for selfies while you are living your best non-touristy Paris life. This is where young Parisians actually hang out. Ground Control is this massive old postal facility near Gare de Lyon turned into, honestly, it's like Brooklyn and Paris had a baby. Picture this huge industrial space. Street art is everywhere. 15 different food stands, craft beer, natural wine, vintage shops, and the coolest, most laid-back Parisians you'll ever meet. Weekdays are chill, perfect for lunch, but weekends, this place goes off. DJ sets, vintage markets, art exhibitions, even outdoor movies in the summer. The food's incredible. Killer tacos to Vietnamese banh mi, all under 15 euros. You'll see Parisians playing pétanque, sharing wine on cushions. It's what Paris actually looks like when it's not performing for tourists. Seriously, one of the most unique things to do in Paris if you want the real vibe. Fun fact, New York's High Line, it was inspired by this Paris park that very few tourists ever visit. The Promenade Plantée is this elevated garden on an old railway viaduct. Here since 1993, way before elevated parks were cool. Starting near Bastille, running almost 3 miles above street level. You're walking through apartment building levels, surrounded by roses and bamboo groves. For non-tourist Paris experiences, this is gold. Underneath, in the viaduct arches, are these incredible artisan workshops. Viaduc d'Art. Master craftspeople are making violins and restoring antiques. Most will even let you watch them work. Around Jardin de Rouy, there's this spot local photographers gatekeep hard. When the sun sets, it creates this insane golden corridor effect through the trees. Now you've got one of the best Paris travel tips 2025 edition. You're welcome. This is the mind blower. Everyone knows the Louvre, right? But underneath it are wine caves from the 1700s, the king's personal wine cellars. And now you can drink wine in them. Les Caves du Louvre. You enter through this random door on Rue de l'Arbre Sec, and suddenly you're in stone cellars that are older than America. The temperature drops and it smells like centuries of wine and mystery. They do tastings where you're touching 400-year-old stones, learning about wines that Marie Antoinette may have drunk. You're even creating your own blend. During renovations, they found bottles from the 1800s in those walls. You're having the sacred wine experience while above you, millions are shuffling through the Louvre, completely unaware. When you're holding Burgundy in a candlelit royal cave, you realize this is the Paris people dream about but never find, the ultimate of all Paris hidden gems. So there you have it, 5 insane, unique places in Paris that most tourists will never find. Abandoned railways turned art galleries, secret rooftops with practically zero crowds, where Parisians actually party, elevated gardens that inspired New York, and wine caves under the world's most famous museum. If this saved you from basic Paris photos, smash that like button. Subscribe for more hidden gems from cities worldwide. Drop a comment. Which spot are you going to hit first? My money is you're heading for the wine caves because, well, come on. Check out our complete travel guide at curatedglobe.com in ebooks and paperbacks. Until next time, au revoir and peace out.